Hello, welcome to another stream. How about that? How about that? So today is Monday, and that means today, according to the schedule, we're doing code review, meaning that I'm going to my GitHub notifications and go through them, look at what people submitted, and address them right on the stream. So this week we got a lot of notifications, which is pretty fucking great. Monday, the day of moon, yeah, exactly. Which is pretty fucking great, because the last week we didn't get enough notifications, and I thought this is maybe because of, you know, Hacktoberfest being over. But this week was actually quite good, so yeah, nice. Hello everyone, hello everyone, hello Tiny Goliath, Mr. Botka, Hamikovi, Alt9, Freefu, Tsoding, Ketison, Neutral Seconds, Aukras, Joker Dan, Ivan Ho, Tsar Sek, hello, 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 Sen12, welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, essentially we just, as already mentioned, go through all of the notifications, and we're only reviewing things that are submitted to the Tsoding organization or my personal repos. So that means the actual project that we are looking at is going to be constantly switching, because people submit issues and pull requests to all sorts of repos and stuff like that. So don't expect any like coherent topic on today's stream. So the topic is going to be constantly switching. But to be fair, majority of the pull requests seems to be to something. So I would say this is the third something stream. Well, something apparently is very popular on pull requests, which is nice. CBT, yeah, somebody submitted a pull request on CBT. We're gonna look into that as well. Yeah, custom build tool. This is something that we did on one of the Friday streams. Essentially, I implemented a make utility, and the thing about make utility is that it's a graph of dependencies, right? The make file is a graph of dependencies, and to properly execute the build, you have to perform a topological sort. So this is one of the like a real-world applications of topological sort. And if you don't know what is a topological sort, just Google it up. It's an algorithm on graphs, which is quite useful to know, and it's quite useful to know where exactly you can apply it. Usually people apply it on the graph of dependencies. Anyways, so what's going to be the first thing? The first thing is issue. We get some sort of a comment. Maybe I should have addressed it like off screen or something. All right, so no release build. Do something release. When I try to compile a release build, I get this error: link or corrupt cannot read at this one. I don't really know what is going on here, and I don't really remember. Did I really wrote that? Okay, so let me take a look. Can build Tsoding. No, it's not compile touch. I mean, we can add a command for CBT and just give a link to CBT. Why not? So do we have CBT right now? No, we don't. It's CMD. Just something like this. Maybe even like this. Right. So, god damn it. Del CMD1. I'm an idiot. I'm really sorry, chat. CBT. There we go. I need name for my car game. Seeing you have epic names like something, I think you'd be able to help me. Sure, call it Cars. Yes, call it Cars. I think it's a pretty good name for a car game. You can also try to call it CDR, you know, and debate a lot of Lisp programmers. So I don't really remember what it's all about, but I think I know where exactly we introduced that. So, okay, when I try to compile, get this error. Okay, so I'm gonna put the following comment. I don't really know what causes that error. I just snitched up the to-do from the build ms build msvc.bat, and we can give the link like here to this file. Though I personally prefer C. Yeah. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think it makes sense to just give the link to this particular commit. Did you guys know that if you provide like a commit hash in the comment, GitHub automatically picks it up and, you know, renders it properly? So you don't even have to give a link to a commit, you just put the commit hash here, and if it's a valid commit hash, it will give you a link and stuff like that. It's pretty goddamn convenient sometimes. I think you don't even have to have like a full hash. I think a partial hash also will work. Yeah, partial hash will also work, so it's kind of cool. It's a pretty cool feature. So yeah, this is how we're gonna do that, because I don't really know. Okay, cool. So this thing was addressed, and we're gonna have our first pull request. Unless you have collisions. I wonder how does it handle collisions though? So what happens if it has collisions? I suppose it won't render it, because essentially, if you put something like number 5, it's basically, it could be with a high probability a prefix of one of your commits. But since 5 is such a common number, the only option you can have here is just not render it at all. Right, because of these kind of special cases. I think if there is a collision or something like that, it will just not render it. Or maybe there's also like a limit to how short of a commit message, commit hash can be. I don't know. I'm just speculating. You need a minimal. Yeah. So it's my reasoning is completely wrong here. I'm sorry. All right. So the next pull request is fix min.gw build and refactor makefile. Oh boy. Oh boy, refactoring. So yeah, I know that PR with weapon was not merged. It's actually broken. Apparently I'm not a god coder. So the placers don't really work properly. I wanted to actually fix placers first and then merge it. We might as well actually do that on today's stream, why not? Wonder if in Linux Repo there are collisions between 6 character hashes. I wonder how GitHub handles that. Well, I think you can leave comments in the repo and also create pull requests, so there should be a way to test it out on GitHub. So maybe write some sort of like a shell script that finds like big collisions, and then in one of the pull requests try to refer to this these commits. Could be something like that. I don't know. So all right. Currently FMW stands for File Modification Watcher. It's our custom mechanism in something. Yeah, FMW. So HPP, FMW, HPP. Okay, so File Modification Watcher, it has the following interface, and we have implementations for this interface for Linux, macOS FreeBSD, and Windows. So I implemented the Linux platform. FreeBSD, macOS were implemented by Zhiyang and tested by Hotzenplotz, and I think Windows was implemented by Cache. Thank you very much, everyone who donated their implementations. This is actually super cool. So yeah, this is what FMW actually stands for. Yeah. And it enables us with basically watching for modifications in files in all of the major platforms, all of the 3, and also FreeBSD as the first one. So this is what is FMW. Currently FMW for Windows compiles only by MSVC, so I thought that it's a good idea to temporarily limit inclusion of something file until until we resolve that. In Makefile, cflags includes cflags for SDL, but config typer don't need SDL at all, so for min.gw build you need to include. Alright. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Let's take a look at what exactly was done. CXX without packages. Alright. That's a really interesting way of doing that, I guess. Alright. Yeah, let me actually download that on my machine and see what's gonna happen. Excuse me. Hello SNW LOL, welcome to the stream. Sorry, choked on my saliva. Let me fetch all of the changes from all of the repos, including Kolumbetka, and we'll see. Yeah, F indeed. So is it not even fetching anything? Fetching Jiang. Fetching Apple for 20 minutes. I have so many remotes, by the way. So essentially, every time somebody contributes, I add their remote to my repo, and I just keep it there, just in case, you know, they're gonna contribute again. So what's the branch? The branch is min.gw, and let's create a branch like locally. There we go. And the only thing I want to check, I just want to check if it compiles or not, right? Because as you know, if it compiles, sorry. It works. Starts twerking. Seems to be working, seems to be twerking. So we're only waiting for release. Alright, looks good to me. Looks good to me. Magid don't prune my deleted changes. Maybe because I didn't explicitly set so. Let me take a look. So what essentially Magid did, it said git fetch all, but I didn't say prune. What I can try to do, by the way, is go here and basically put prune. Right, basically you have to actually say prune explicitly, and then I can do all. Right, and this is gonna do like fetch, but with pruning. Yeah, it's actually pruning. So thank you for reminding me about pruning. I should do that more often on other people's remotes. Hello, Chromosome Drift, welcome to the stream. Welcome. All right, that was a good idea. So it cleaned up, you know, my local branches a little bit. I really like that. Yeah, would you look at that? So now we have less branches. Cool. Okay, looks good to me. Yep. Thank you for your contribution. Boom. I'm gonna merge that right into the repo. Merge the pull request. Thank you so much for contributing that. This is actually super cool. And let's take a look at another one. Add no clip mode to debug. Add no clip mode for debug. Is that the... Alright, so player fly camera force. Okay, so are these all of the changes? So sometimes it's kind of difficult to see. It feels like these are all of the changes. Okay, so basically it's in debug mode. You should be able to just fly around. To enable on-clip mode, press N. In debug mode, press W, space and S to move in vertical directions. Okay, that's pretty cool. But can... Alright, so let me see. The branch is actually fly mode, right? So here's the fly mode. Let me create it yet again. And do you review viewers code? Sometimes, I mean, yes, this is what I'm doing right now. This is the viewers code that was submitted to the Sony organization. So yeah, so what we're doing, we're reviewing pull requests that were submitted to one of the repos to the Sony organization, and this is essentially viewers code. Yeah, viewers submitting their code and I'm reviewing it. So technically, yes. Technically, yes. Alright, so everything seems to be okie dokie. Not on your project, like their own projects. I don't usually do that unless somebody actually donates me. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I usually review whatever is submitted to my repos. All right. Let's enable the fly mode. So no clip enabled, and I can move. Oh my god, this is actually amazing. This is exactly what I wanted. Oh, especially like that you have like trails here. Yeah. Yeah. So this is perfect actually. Yeah, absolutely perfect. And then I can no clip disable. It even oh my god, it even you know enables pop-up and stuff like that. It's perfect. I like it. Yes, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I wonder if you can do that from the command line. This is such a useful thing. So let's take a look at the source code itself. So we have a no-clip camera force. Oh shit. Okay, so let me try to run that. I'm gonna go to the no-clip, and on top of that I'm gonna enable this set. Let me see. Set no-clip camera force. No-clip camera force. What if I make it like 40? Is something gonna change? Is something gonna change? Ah, I see what is going on here. Yeah, I see. All right. Now we disable gravity when we have no clip. When I had my game crashed. Ah, interesting. But where exactly it crashed? Do you know? So when you press space, it does MTT jump. Okay, that makes sense. If debug. It's really strange. Don't quite understand. I wish Git for Vemboys used a better font. Maybe you can use like user CSS styles or something like that to improve it. I don't know. Is there is it their custom solution or something like that? Is it open source or something? Because it feels like a custom, completely custom website. So maybe it's open source. Oh, it's a Gitty. I see. But it's just it's customized with their own style. Maybe that style is also open sourced and hosted there, so maybe you can submit a pull request. But I think the most feasible solution is just to use like a user CSS styles or something. I don't quite understand. So if it's not a debug mode, that means it's going to be like this. So we press N and no clip. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So what is that? Q. If in debug, if it no debug, it also automatically disables. Okay, so you actually checked this kind of stuff. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, and no clip is an entity thing. For some reason I thought maybe it's a... Okay, so some entities can actually also be no clipped and stuff. Alright. So camera physics and depending... Okay, I'm okay with the changes. I'm actually okay with the changes. I wonder if we can add a command for no clip and stuff like that. Let me give it a try. So for some reason I kind of want to have a command for that. What if you deactivate when inside of a wall? If the collision detection will kick in, and you will be kicked to the closest wall. Essentially, you will be clipped to the closest wall. All right, let me try. So it's gonna be something like that, and let's actually go here, and I'm disabling it. You see, it actually clipped me to the closest wall. I know that because I implemented the collision system. So yeah. we even have a pretty interesting thing called collision prop. So essentially, you see that small rectangle, right? So it's a collision prop. Essentially, it shows you where, like, the direction where you're going to be clipped if you're inside. You see, it keeps you outside here, so it's an indication of the direction where you're going to be clipped, right? So if you're inside here, you're going to be clipped to the right. If you slightly here, you're going to be clipped to the left. And if you're here, for example, you're going to be clipped to this corner. So this is a sort of like a collision prop that tells you how collision is going to be resolved and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty useful tool for debugging collision detection and resolution and stuff like that. Yeah. So this thing is a collision prop. So I want to go and implement a command for no clip for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's kind of cool. So essentially, we're going to have no clip sv turn on off no clip mode. So command no clip, null clip, no clip. There we go. So, and for a command, you need to implement command no clip. So, and command is a function that modifies the state of the game and accepts arguments. See? Makes sense, right? So what is a command? It's just a function that modifies the state of the game and accepts an arguments. And this is exactly what it says in the signature. Self-documented code. Isn't that epic? Now, so the arguments, let's actually do the following thing. If args equal, for example, on, right, we'll have to enable no clip mode. Right, so no clip true. It would be cool to have such a function there, right? It would be cool to have such a function there. And if args equal off sv game no clip false, right, something like that. And otherwise we can say something like, you know, unknown argument. So to do that, we can just take the game console, and we can just print that there. Something like unknown parameter args expected on or off. What our actually command system is amazing. I don't know why we don't use it that often, but this is how easy it is to create a command for our console. Seriously, it's just fucking amazing. You create a function like that, and commands HPP. You just register it in a global array of commands, and the whole system just picks it up, and you can use that command in the console. It's absolutely amazing. The only problem is that we don't have such method in the game itself. It's cool. Not all of the code in the game is like that, believe me, but I really like this part, because I suppose this part is really well thought out. Yeah. So we also have a history or something like that. Oh, it basically brings you a history or something. So, okay. In the game itself, the messiest part of the game, I think, is the game itself. This is very messy. But yeah, SDLK-N. So this is essentially what we do here. So we just need to move this piece of code into a separate function, and we need to make this function callable by command. That's what I'm trying to say. Function is already callable by itself. I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. Okay, let's put it here. No clip true, actually boolean. On game CPP, so game no clip 0 key n, and essentially, I'm just thinking how we're gonna organize all of that. To be fair, like, I don't like the fact that noclip is a player entity thing, but maybe it's needed for the physics resolution. Okay, so I think I'm gonna allow that, and let me put it here. All right, on is gonna be on, right? And in a place where we call that, is going to be noclip, like this, right? And I think I want to also move it here, so I think it should be only allowed in the debug mode, right? It should be only allowed in the debug mode. Let's see if it's gonna how it's gonna work now. So let's try to recompile that. Not SVA. Yeah. I think my Python interpreter is drunk. Interesting. Trying to come up with a joke here, but I don't see any joke. If it was like a brew package manager, you could come up with something. Yeah. So saying like a brew package manager is drunk is basically a joke that writes itself. It can't see variables that I definitely defined. Weird. It's really weird. Huh. Maybe it got reloaded or something. Russian Python. The noclip mode could be handy if you plan to implement a level editor, as you can more freely place styles. Thank you! That's such a great idea, Tiny Goliath. This is... I didn't think about that. Wait a second. Really? You can use noclip mode for that? Oh my god, you're so smart. Thank you so much. Alright, so what do we have here? If I press N, nothing's gonna happen. If I put noclip here... alright. Unknown parameter nothing, expected that or that. So if I do something like this, hello, yeah, so, and now noclip, can I, oh, I can even, yeah, I forgot that I can actually modify the font here. So this is like a literal, like a proper console. I think I can even probably at some point run Vim there, but not right now. So noclip on, and, oh, look at that. Classic, am I right? Classic. So we'll have to go to commands, and maybe just trim it first. Trim. So once you trim it, should be okay. Should be actually okay. Noclip on. And it doesn't really do anything. That's what's interesting about it. This is because it has to be in the debug mode. So noclip on, and only then it works, and noclip off, it actually doesn't work anymore. So noclip on, right? And then, as you can see, you can move around. And if we had a level editor, that would be super useful to edit levels. But unfortunately, we don't have a level editor because I didn't come up with that idea. So I wish we had a level editor where we could place styles and add like things around, and then this sort of things would be super useful. But until we have that, I don't think noclip is that useful of a feature. So maybe in the future, but thank you for telling me that. Thank you. So, yeah. Python, please stop, you're really drunk. Is it safe for work? Is it safe for work? That is really strange. Why would it do that? I never actually experienced anything like that before. So maybe single pass is doing something? But maybe it's something NumPy itself also doing. Like maybe it just messes with the scope and something like that. Have you tried like call it a different variable? Like a different name, the variable a different name. Maybe it just collides with something in NumPy and NumPy is just doing something in the scope. I don't know, I haven't crazy an idea because there is no like a straightforward explanation of this behavior. It's really strange. But yeah, your Python is really drunk. I put W. Okay, here's the thing. Maybe inside of your library or NumPy, there's a local variable called W1 and W2, which is not that unlikely because you may want to have this kind of variables in like locally, and that messes with the scopes and stuff like that. This is just hypothesis, but maybe that's the direction to move towards to investigate. I don't know. Could be. Nice language, by the way. So, let's do a committee. So, implement no clip command. Go, and I'm gonna push that right into your repo, Columbet. Are you ready? Prepare your repo for the pushage. There we go. There we go. Prepare your repo. Okay. So I'll probably have to wait for continuous integration. Pushage. Yes, it's such a funny word. What the fuck is this word? Pushage. Oh shit. Okay, so did I request some changes? Okay, I approve. Me approve. You're gonna... Okay, Jesus Christ, GitHub is so slow. It's your own word. Yes. We're only waiting for continuous integration now. By the way, hello Cozy White Bear, welcome to the stream. Like footage or acreage? Yes. So, if there is pushage, that means footage comes from git foot. No, it doesn't. We're only waiting for macOS. Would you look at that? Does anyone know what git foot does? Is it possible to customize? Generate new man page. Do you guys know this website, by the way? It's actually a pretty cool website. It generates like fake fake git man pages for non-existing commands. It would be interesting if you could like customize the command itself, but I don't know how to do that. All of that is non-existent. It's just procedurally generating bullshit. It's fucking amazing. So git split submodule. Split any stage submodules outside some committed non-package applied packs. Right. So git split submodule splits a few applied submodules below the quiltimported stashes, and after configuring stages to many origins, you can initialize the branch of the changes. To bundle a staged steel path on and or describe the... You get the idea, so it's basically procedurally generated bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. It's not existing functionality. Hello Egregors, welcome to the stream. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Looks good to... How it's doing, I don't know, to be fair. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. There we go. And let's merge that. Boom. A wary. Nice. Next one. Oh, okay, so this one is actually, I asked Columbetka to... I think Monday day is the day of me reviewing pull requests by Columbetka. That's what it turned into. Because majority of the pull requests are by Columbetka. But yeah, you can build I think you can even build pretty epic CV out of all of these contributions. Yeah. But it's, I mean, thank you so much for doing all of that, and I hope you're having fun as well by implementing all of that. So I asked to submit this problem because, yeah, we have a UI, like a TUI framework in Rust that we're developing every Tuesday, by the way. So tomorrow we're gonna work on this thing. So if you're into Rust, I would really recommend you to join tomorrow. So yeah, currently it doesn't build on Windows, and I asked Columbetka to submit an issue about that, just to check that. Thank you so much. I just forgot to check that notification. Right, all right. So, and now we have another pull request to RCUI as well. Nice. I mean, it's 5 days ago. It's November 11th. I mean, it's... I see. You're a little bit late for a t-shirt. You're a little bit late. Oh, yeah. Are you sure? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's quitting. It's double T. I'm sorry. Is it quitting? Yeah, it's quitting. I'm sorry. I don't speak English. God damn it. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. Boom. And let's merge that right into the repo. Okay, update dependencies. Update dependencies. Oh, it's snitch yet again. Why didn't I merge that? Any updates on this? Ah, I see. He can add this merge in his CV now. Yeah. So essentially, you can just basically include the projects that you contributed to into your CV, saying that you're one of the contributors and stuff like that. So, and I saw actually people doing that. It was so weird when I in the wild found somebody's CV that mentioned one of my repos, and I looked, and they indeed, you know, submitted the pull request at some point, and they just added there. It was so cool. Like, I know, it feels kind of strange that people are actually like put your projects in their CV because they contributed there, because I personally don't really value my projects that much. For me, it's just, you know, all of that is just a game, just to I don't know, it's like somebody takes my projects serious enough to put them in their CV, and it's so cool. Fix one word to contribute to a large project, yeah. You know, it's something. Yeah. What's funny is that Columbetka can now say that he has experience in game development, and the funny thing is that I don't have experience in game development. Well, I have a little bit of experience of game development. Do you have a job outside of Twitch? No, I have a job inside of Twitch. No, I'm not a Twitch employee. It's just a joke. I do freelance occasionally, but not as often as I used to. So I'm still really suspicious about this shit. So did they really remove like Go ini to ini version 1? Freelance. Yeah. I should make a Fiverr account or something. But how do you survive? Well, the secret is I live in Russia and in Siberia, like way east of Russia, far away from European part of Eurasia, and the cost of living here is actually very low. So that's the secret. If I lived in Moscow, for example, I wouldn't be able to stream at all. That's the secret. How we became the top-rated programmer in Fiverr in 2 months. So yeah. So that's how we survive. You just live in a place with you know, low cost of life. Can you join? Do you speak Russian? Though. I don't know. This thing is kind of suspicious. This thing is kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie. What's up, Witness? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I didn't see anything that suspicious. I don't know why was I last time so suspicious about this thing. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. There we go. I think it was about hashes. Maybe? I don't remember. Need to speak Russian in Novosibirsk, I would expect. It depends on where you live. If you could live in Akademgorodok where I live, and a lot of people speak English here. Not everyone, but a lot of them. But definitely in the supermarkets and like casually, people just don't really speak English. But you can find somebody who speaks English here. This is because this is the scientific center of Novosibirsk, so there's a lot of educated people here, so, and most of them speak a foreign language. Okay. I guess I'm gonna just approve the changes. All right, this thing is done, I suppose. So then somebody submitted an issue to GP, right? Submitted an issue to GP, and then they instantly closed it. Implement early stopping strategies. Usually this kind of algorithm, I don't know how to pronounce this word, in some fitness value we could keep track of the fitness value and stop iterating when this value stops improving. But then they closed it for some reason. I don't know. Okay. So that means we're not gonna work on that. Next pull request. What happened with that person who wanted to add some web tests dependencies to Twitch? That was this person, by the way. That was this person, and I pointed that out, and they removed that. So I don't know what exactly happened. I don't remember what was the explanation, to be fair. So let me see. Oh my god, I wish it was a little bit faster. Yeah, update dependencies. Oh shit. Go mod tidy edit this. I normally use it to shrink go.some file. In this case, it have added this dependency. Okay, so I don't know what is go mod tidy, but apparently this command can add web tests to your application for some reason. So that was the explanation, I think. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So be careful when you use go mod tidy. It can turn you into a web developer. Alright, so the next pull request is something. Update mouse position without push SDL. Oh, okay, so this is basically what it is. Go mod tidy cleans the dependencies on your go mod. Oh, but sometimes it doesn't. I see. As suggested by Rexon, we safely update the mouse position without the need of to creating push a new mount. We formatted the code as well to let it more readable and inside the code base standard. That's a very interesting wording, but I'm gonna accept it. Okay, update mouse position. All right, that's pretty much what I wanted to do, and that's pretty much what I wanted to implement, but it didn't work. So yeah, okay, that's exactly what I did on the stream, and that didn't work because there was something else. Maybe I did something wrong somewhere here. Okay, so, oh, you also update the collision prop here too, I think. Ah, all right, so let's give it a try. Let's go to the master. It worked just visually. Looked like it's not working. Ah, so it was a visual. I see. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. All right. That's cool. So that means I'm gonna merge it. Wait, isn't this the same one as yesterday? No. Well, it's an update for the yesterday pull request. It's an update. So the yesterday's pull request was about, not actually the day before yesterday, was about pushing new events, and now we're updating mouse position without actually creating SDL events. So because I mean, we don't have to go through the whole SDL event system just to update the mouse position when we can just update the mouse position. So I think that will make sense. All right, did I fetch everything? Let me actually fetch absolutely everything from all of the repos. Even though I already did that, I don't know why I'm doing that, but and that also removed some of these things. Bye bye, witness. See you around. Thank you for watching. Cheers, by the way. Okay, and these things are actually merged. Region master. Is there any docs so a person should follow to contribute something? I would suggest you to like first read the general contribution rules. They're slightly outdated, just slightly. So thank you for reminding me about them. So the most important thing here is continuous decomposition. Yeah, so it's slightly updated. I think I'm gonna actually update it at some point. The most important is continuous decomposition. Second in importance is pull request size limitations. So this is two things to keep in mind while contributing to any Sodium repo. Actually, let me put myself a reminder. Update contrib. Right. Because some of my views on how to manage open source projects has changed since I wrote it, so I think it needs update. There's no contrib file on the project. Well, yeah, and I just told you what you need to read. But yeah, also thank you for reminding me about contrib file. Add contribute file to repos. Maybe I can just you know, write a script that automatically goes through each individual repo and adds a contrib file that refers to that contrib repo. Yeah, thank you so much for letting me know. All right, so let me remove this stuff and update mouse position. Is it update mouse position? Yes, it is. Update mouse position. Let's actually rebuild everything and see how it goes. Everything seems to be compiling. Okay, perfect. So now, if I just hold this thing, oh, this is because I cannot. I see. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. It actually works. Thank you so much. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. Smash the pull request. I really appreciate everyone's contribution, seriously, because they help me a lot. So SDL key K backward don't work on PTBR keyboard. Unfortunately, I don't have a PTBR keyboard. I'm not sure what exactly I can do about that. One Brazilian keyboard to generate, we need to press a combination shift in debug mode to toggle console. This key combination don't work. I suggest to change the console toggle shortcut to backslash. It's a minimal change, but okay. Sure, I'm okay with backslash. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna do that. You can do it yourself, by the way. You can just do it yourself and I'm gonna merge it. But if you're not gonna do that, I might as well do that on the next stream. It's actually a pretty simple change. You just replace one thing with another. Jiang, welcome to the stream. So I'm gonna plan it for the stream anyway. And yeah, if you're gonna resolve that before that, it's gonna be okay, I think. Cool. Alrighty. We have a lot of pull requests today, Jiang. It's kind of surprising, and today is not even a Hacktoberfest. Hacktoberfest. It's kind of strange. Oh, you're on the phone. Is watching Twitch on the phone a pleasant experience? I never did that because I have a very old cell phone that doesn't support a lot of apps. So. What if you just allowed people to set their own keybindings in the game? Well, console is not a part of the game, it's just a development tool. It's not going to be part of the final release. So I don't think I want to spend too much time on customizing these kind of things. I don't know. I mean, half of this price are Kolumbetka, so... yeah, today is a Kolumbetka pull request review stream. That's what it is today. But I mean, yeah. Yes, so that explains why we have a lot of pull requests, but without Hacktoberfest. Okay, I see what you mean. My brain just, all over the place and difficult to concentrate. Projectile. Thank you, Kolumbetka. Thank you so much for... Thank you for helping me to learn how to pronounce this word correctly. This is a very difficult word for me. Projectile animation is shared among all of them. Okay. Change config variable entity cooldown weapon to 0. Enter should press. Repeat from observed. All projectile have the same frame. It's not that much noticeable. Oh, okay. So yeah. And you used that in every instance of word projectile. God damn it! Such a troll. Oh my god. All right, he actually did. Nice one. So, I know about this problem, by the way. I know this about this problem. So it has a deeper cause, and this is something that I was actually trying to fix. Different kind of players should have different sounds when they're shot. Entities should own their own copies of animats. Yeah. Okay, I know about this one. So I need to reward that a little bit better. Entities slash projectiles should have their own copies of animats and samples. Right now, due to recent refactoring of assets management, they share the same states of animats and samples, which create weird behavior related to this. Yes, so this is the cause. So I already knew about this thing, and you found the symptoms of this deeper problem. Thank you so much for actually reporting that. I'm not sure I'm gonna do anything about it. I'm gonna just you know, connect these issues together, and once I resolve this issue, I'm gonna go back to this one and ask you to check it again. So this is how we're gonna go about that. So this is a symptom, and this is a deeper problem. But for some reason I want to keep them opened. So that's gonna be the plan. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna try to work on that either off screen or maybe on the stream. We'll see. It depends on how interesting implementing something like that would be. Yeah, thank you so much for noticing that and submitting that. All right. Add fire projectile poof animation. Oh my god, you drew like a poof animation for this thing? Oh shit. Wait. Did you drew it yourself? What's the license of this thing? What, like, I don't know. Is that yours? Is it even edit? I don't know. Also, it's actually conflicting, but I took existing sprite and photoshopped it. Okay, what's the license of it? Am I okay with using it for now? Is it, what is it? Is it public domain or something? Do you grant me permission to use it temporarily? Do you grant me permission? Yes, okay. Please say yes, I grant you permission to use it. Public domain, okay. I wanted to, okay, so verbal permission. I was about to make like a screenshot. Alright. Okay, here it is. So, if the next time somebody asks me whether I have permission to use these sprites, I'm gonna show them that. Thank you so much, Kumitka. So this is like an ultimate proof that I have permission to use this thing. Alright. If Kolumbetka takes me to court, I'm gonna show that to court. Grand Whole Society. Thank you so much. Alright, so let me see. Legally binding Twitch chat, yes. Let's go back to here. And merge origin master. We have to clip it just to be safe, yeah. That's something that needs to be done. Columba. Okay, so here's the fire poof. There we go. Here's the fire poof. And let me try to rebuild that and see what's gonna happen. So right now, due to that assets bug, it's not probably gonna be that visible or anything. I'd also screenshot timestamp just to be safe. Yeah. We'll probably have to do that as well. Oh shit, yeah. So I didn't realize that. But timestamp does not include the date. But it's still a little bit more types, you know, safe, more safe than scrot minus s. Yes, I'm gonna include. There we go. Thank you so much. All right, is it okay now? Should be okay. So now, if I do pew pew pew. Okay, so it plays sometimes. It plays sometimes, but this is because of the asset management bug, right? So that's okay. And It seems to be working. It seems to be working. All right, so let me try to resolve the bug, the not merge conflict. So I'm gonna merge master into the firepoof, and it will fail. And let's see where exactly it's gonna fail. So it fails in the asset config because Columbetka modified asset config and I modified asset config. So, and let's see what we have here. So let me revert this thing one more time. And oh shit, that's a lot of stuff. So what we have here is basically we just need to include both of them. Basically we just need to firepoof texture. All right, so that makes sense. So now we include firepoof texture, rock texture, and ice texture. All right, cool. So here, oh boy, this one is gonna be kind of complicated. So I suppose the thing we added here is rock idle, ice animate, right? So we need to take those things and put them here, and that's gonna be our changes, I think. So it's a poof animate, and okay, and we need to double check that it still compiles, right? It's quite important. Clips lose chat history after a while, don't they? Unless you're like a god tier Twitch streamers. Oh, I don't even know. Like, I saw like a Ninja clips that don't have a chat history, and they were relatively recent. I don't know. Apparently it's too much space on hard drives to store text, but not the video. Alright. Seems to be working. Because Ninja abandoned Twitch. Oh, is he partner? Is he partner again? I wonder. Ah, probably Ninja is not even god tier anymore, yes. Yeah, he came back after, you know, Mixer collapse. So everyone got back. Shroud came back, Ninja came back, like it's just... Mixer didn't work out at all. Everyone came back, and I absolutely hate it, because now Twitch thinks that they are unbeatable, and the quality of the website becomes shittier and shittier like every day. So they don't have a competition at all. It's just fucking scary. Facebook, who's back? Anonymous cheer, thank you. Thank you for indeed. I think, like, I already said that a couple of times, I think from the point of view of community and technical point of view, the only competition to Twitch could be potentially Discord. If Discord takes their community and their technological platform and steers towards a streaming platform, Twitch is gonna have a hard time, seriously. Because, you know, streaming on Discord is actually, like, gives you way better experience than on Twitch. But they're probably not gonna do that in a short term. Maybe there is some sort of, like, agreement between Twitch and Discord, but so far, in my opinion, Discord is, like, a real threat to Twitch. And maybe they're gonna compete at some point, hopefully. Alright, so it seems to be working. Can I continue the merge? Yeah, continue the merge. And I'm gonna push that right into your repo, Columbetka. Hosting a streaming platform is just ridiculously expensive, and a few companies can pull it off. Yeah, probably. They have to pay the screen sharing on Firefox for though. Yeah, I suppose. Your CPU is much cooler. Hosting meetings on Discord than OBS, but for me it's opposite. Ha, that's really strange. But you're streaming on macOS, right? So maybe there's some sort of differences in that regard. So the thing is, OBS, on OBS, I'm using VA API, right? VA API for encoding the video. And this is like a sort of like open source interface to graphical cards. And I'm using Intel GPU for encoding. And maybe that's the thing that heats it up. But maybe Chromium doesn't use it. So maybe it encodes it somehow differently. But how? I don't know. It's kind of strange. All right. So. Now Tencent to Kojusum. Will it be Steam versus Epic? Maybe. Okay, we're waiting for macOS yet again. For some reason, macOS always goes last. What are you working on? I'm just reviewing some pull requests. Thank you, June. I was about to type project. Yeah. Hello, Death Char Grox 21. Yeah, we're just reviewing some pull requests that are submitted to our Tsodin organizations, and we're also talking in the process as well. So it's just a casual stream, nothing special. MacBook cooling. MacBook doesn't need cooling, does it? It's made out of aluminum, so it just cools itself automatically. I don't know. The fan curve is dumb. It will let CPU sit at 100 degree for like 20-30 before fan ramp up. Oh, that's really strange. Can you customize it though? Looks good to me. No, nice. Thank you, Apple. Very cool. Oh, there are apps. Okay. Nothing built-in. No. Looks good to me. Thank you. Oh my god.
My decision making mechanism wasn't able to decide to your to place my subsidy goes to you. By default.
I'm sorry if it was too loud. My decision-making mechanism wasn't able to decide where to place my sub, so it goes to you by default. Thank you, Revan Master. Thank you. I'm really honored of being a default sub. Thank you. Thank you so much for 14 months of Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you and welcome to our epic code review club. How about that? How many code review clubs do you have on Twitch? Not that many, huh? Okay, looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. Cool. All right, and let's just merge that right into the repo. Cool. Next one. We're almost done, apparently. Code review. Reuse parts. Oh, I remember this one. Yes. So right now, when we're parsing configs in the game, we're actually re-implementing the algorithm in several places, and that was dumb as fuck. And so I created an issue to fix that, and Kolumbetka was kind enough to actually just do that. Thank you so much. All right, so essentially, that's really strange. Is that it? Is that it? Does it really reuse anything? So you made modifications only in a single file. Ah, okay. I see what's going on. All right, let me actually fetch that. I'm gonna go to the master. Yeah, asset management is broken. I'm really sorry. So it actually requires a little bit deeper refactoring than I initially anticipated. That's why I haven't fixed it yet. So it will require introducing like new entities. Like as somebody suggested in the previous streams, like we have an animation that stores the data of the animation and also the state of the animation. To implement it properly, we have to pull them apart. So the data and like definition of the animation has to be its own immutable thing that is going to sit in the asset management, and the state of the animation is going to be just a small thingy that refers to the original data of the assets and stored in the entities and stuff like that. So that's the thing that we need to do to you know, to fix all these problems. So better make, yeah, we already have an issue for that, and I'm gonna work on it on the next game and stuff like that. All right. So what was that? What was that? What was that? Did I already merge it? I think, yeah, I only fetched, so I need to do a proper merge. Yep. I can remove that. I can remove that. What is to? Oh, this one is not merged yet. Yeah. Okay, so Column 269. All right. Should I feel bad that I like PyCharm? Why? PyCharm is actually amazing. The last time I used PyCharm, I really fucking liked it, because it makes programming in Python so much easier, and I actually used it for commercial projects in Python. So no, it's just, it's must have if you need to program in Python. Oh, what's up, Anaboth? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Did I already check it out? I think I already checked it out. Yes, let's try to build that. You actually use a graphical interface? Disgusting. Not everybody knows that, but IntelliJ IDEA also uses Swing as the UI for their application. Imagine using a Swing application. My god, in 2020. Nobody even remembers what is Swing. But yeah. Why did they decide to rebuild one more time? I accidentally did that, Jesus Christ. God fucking damn it, mate. Java Swing. Yes. IntelliJ IDEA is written in Java. Isn't JavaFX built on top of Swing? Alright. I don't remember actually. Is JavaFX built? I think it's built on top of Swing. Swing is built on top of AWT. Maybe JavaFX is built on top of AWT as well. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't programmed in Java for quite some time and I don't really want to go back. I'm sorry. Alright, so if I take a look at that, everything seems to be okie dokie. Karaoke. And this is kind of interesting. Like, parse. Like, okay, so here's an interesting thing. We have we have a duplicate. We still have a duplicate code. Am I missing something? Am I missing something, or you forgot to remove it? Ah, you even created a to-do here. Well, you didn't really solve the problem then, because... because the idea was to actually... Like, I don't think this is enough for a pull request, I'm sorry. Like, from this pull request, I don't know how to link it. I see. All right, let me try that. Let me try that. I'll see if I can do that. So one of the things we can do is put it in the header because it's a template, right? We usually keep templates in the header. We usually keep templates in the header like that. No? So, and of course we don't need this to do here. And we're gonna go to the assets type. Assets type. And I'm gonna try to remove it from here. On top of that, I think I will also want to include something assets HPP. What do you use for UI if you want to have rights to your projects and not spend any money? It's a good question. I don't really Electron. No, non-Electron, please. I think in 2020 there's not much sense in writing desktop applications. Everyone writing either web applications or console applications, and UI frameworks, as you know, desktop UI frameworks are kind of dying. So I don't know. Usually if I have if I need to write an application that has a window, it's usually like a multimedia application and I just use SDL for that, but they usually don't have like a classical UI interface. So I don't know. Dying desktops. Yeah, this desktop is actually legit dying, seriously. It's either mobile or web or console. Oh, ImGUI, also pretty good solution, ImGUI. Dear ImGUI. But the classical frameworks of like GTK, Qt, and WX and whatnot, WX widgets, I think this is how it's called, they kind of all dying because the platform itself is kind of very shaky. I don't know. The paradigm of interacting with the computer is shifting to something else. That's what's happening. Anyways, and I think that should be enough. So let's try to compile that. Are you going to write your own UI framework and call it? God damn it. God damn it. Now I want to do that just for the sake of the name. Why? I should do that. Thank you so much for the idea. Yes. At some point. Wait, maybe I should call RCUI QT POV. We'll also communicate with RCU to call it like we can. I mean, it's not lost yet. It's not missed yet. It's not missed yet. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is how I can call it. Alright, so we also have sound. God damn it, so that means we'll have to do something about that. Yeah, because the assets is including sounds, and sounds include SDL, and you don't need SDL for the assets parser and stuff like that. Okay, so this is actually not necessarily related to the asset config. If you think about that, this is not exclusive to the assets. It's not exclusive to the assets. Because we use the same syntax. Well, yeah, I see. I see what kind of problems you encountered. So one things we can do there is just to extract it to a completely separate file, but I'm not sure. So ideally, I want this function to be reusable for parsing config, like vars config as well. Right, but vars config has a different syntax. It has like a slightly different syntax and stuff. So, and if we can make it reusable, maybe we can move it somewhere outside of assets at all. So Yeah, I don't know what to do about that yet. We can always create a separate file, right? So we can have separate file.hpp, right? And just put this entire thing there, right? So like this. So we have a separate file hpp. This is actually a pretty bad idea. Come on, Emacs, help me. Okay, there we go. And then just put all of that here. Boom. And just include it in two places, right? Just include it here and include it in the typer. But the question is now, how should we call this file, right? So here's a separate config. So obviously it should start with something, right? So we need to come up with a prefix. What does it do? It parses asset config. We can call it parsers, right? Maybe we can call it parsers, and we actually have several different config syntaxes. We can actually turn them into these kind of functions as well and consolidate all of them here or something at some point. So that could be an interesting solution. I'll think about that. Maybe we can even create a bunch of to-dos here. That sounds like a pretty cool idea. Add vars conf parser here. Vars conf parser here. To do add, not here, but to something. Something parsers hpp. Add animate files parser to this as well. So basically we're gonna have like a special place for parsers of different kinds of files, right? And this is a good place for parse assets.conf. I think, and this actually enables us with reusing this thing in several places. I think that's a good idea. So that then we're gonna go to the assets.hpp and we can include something parsers hpp, and then in the assets typer we're gonna also include what's funny. Okay, so we don't need to include that. Something parsers hpp. Let's see if it's gonna work now. Let's see if it's gonna compile now. It doesn't really compile because this thing doesn't variable or field declared void was not declared in the scope. Well, do I need to include aids here? I think I need to include aids here. aids.hpp, which is kind of strange. I mean, because everywhere I use that, aids is already included. Like here you go. Ah, I see. So I also need to do using namespace, otherwise it's not gonna work. I see. So, by the way, chat, why are you dead? Is everything okay? Why did you become dead? Is me refactoring this thing that boring? Probably. We did, yes. Well, don't be sorry. I just worried maybe my stream went down or something. I saw it died for a while. Rip. Okay. Move parse assets config to something parsers and reuse it everywhere it's needed. So this is the thing that we're gonna push right into your repo, Kolumbetka. Chat is now pointing to invalid location. Yeah. All right, and we also added a couple of to-dos as well. And I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna snitch them up. I'm gonna prepend body introduced in 281. Yeah, add vars parser to something like this. So now we have a common place where we can just keep all of the parsers, and cohesion is restored. Cohesion has been restored. Nice. So we'll have to wait for continuous integration, and we'll see. Wait, I'm in the wrong place. What the hell? I need to go back to my pull request. My pull request awaits me. So, yeah. So now we remove this thing from both of the places, and now we use that in a common place. And we should be good to go. We should be good to go. So, does anyone have any questions or anything to say to me? Chat is pretty radical, thinking they called IOI my stream. Loads of stupidity spawns and he will respond very unfinished. And surely does not. Was badly now. Wow, that though Markov, your mama, yet 2x that is. Is creating Blender was widespread, but then I'm not. Go to bed together numerically. That was pretty deep, chat. That was pretty deep. I just read this message that was generated by Mr. Botka. So, anyways, so I think this thing is already done, and we need to just merge it. Herr Hotzenplotz, welcome to the streamers. Let's go together numerically. Sounds good to me. Yeah, exactly. Markov chain. Yeah. So our bot is capable of generating like Markov chains and stuff, and it generates pretty dumb messages. Looks good to me. Thank you for your contribution. Alrighty, and let's just merge that. Boom. Epic. Absolutely fucking epic. Now let's close that and let's take a look at another request. So what's this? Oh, this is you just checked that my solution worked and you closed the issue. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. That's super cool. So, and now we have the last pull request submitted to a repo called Tsoding/CBT. And CBT, mind you, stands for Custom Build Tool, right? You can find the source code of this thing here. So it's a custom build tool. Let's take a look. So they removed 4 lines and added 1. Yeah, actually think about that. If I use CBT, will I get AIDS? It depends on how clean your tools are, but let's not talk about that. Anyway. Will that work? I think I need to test that. I think we need to test that. Yeah. So let's go to CBT. Let's visualize the changes. I think I did a couple of changes to this thingy since we streamed. Actually, that's a lot of things. Yeah, we even have CBT files. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The tool can actually build itself, right? The tool can actually build itself. You can build CBT with make, and then you can build it back. Yeah, this is so cool. Essentially, what you do make and you use CBT as a make file. Then you call CBT, and CBT builds itself the second time using the CBT file. So it's basically it can bootstrap itself with the make file, and then it can just build itself. Have you thought about calling the build script cock file? Yep, I thought about that. Yep. Thank you so much. Yep, cock file. We need like a couple of more tests, I suppose, like top sort. Oh yeah, this one is actually quite good. So essentially, I think I need to clean everything. So we can git ignore. All of these things are ignored essentially. I can remove them. And if I call CBT from here, as you can see, it first compiled the executable, then it ran the executable and generated .file, and then it turned .file into PNG, and we can take a look at this thing. There you go. So that was the idea, to test a topological sort. So just to test that it's gonna run these things in correct order. And yep. Let me see if the changes that were submitted here don't break any of that behavior. All right. Clean the coq file. Jesus Christ. CBT. I'm gonna grab their clone. And let's add that clone here. So remote file. Let's see. So this is a patch 1. Huh, that's very interesting. Patch 1 is a common automatically generated branch name. It usually happens when you edit it directly on GitHub. There is a good chance this entire thing was just edited directly on GitHub. So they probably didn't even tested it. So they just removed a bunch of stuff here. Hi, I'm kind of new to coding. What type of project can you do with Python? You can do Python scripts in Python, that's for sure. Check if commit signed. It is. So they actually edited it directly on GitHub without testing or anything. Just went there, just modified it. Yeah. That's pretty hardcore, I'm gonna say. That's pretty hardcore. I also sign my commits locally. Yeah, so verification by itself doesn't really tell anything, but if you edit your commit, it's automatically verified, as far as I know. But yeah, it's just additional confirmation, not necessarily proves anything. Okay, so let's actually create this thing. Hello, ABC Deshka, welcome to the stream. You can make a program in Python or calculate things in Python console. Exactly. Isn't that amazing? I think it's pretty cool. Right, makes fcbt, and it's already up to date. But can I force it? I'm gonna force it. It compiles. It in fact compiles. All right. All right. And let's actually remove these things, and I'm gonna run this entire thing with CBT, and the order is correct and everything went okay. Okay, so I have no reasons to not merge this pull request. It actually works. Yep, this works too. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Yeah. And I'm gonna comment. And we're gonna merge this pull request. We're gonna merge this pull request. Confirm merge. And all caught up. Take a break, write some code, do what you do best. So yeah, let's do exactly that. Let's make a small break. Small break. GitHub told us to make a small break, and we're doing a small break. GitHub was like, Zozin, take a break. And I was like, yes, that's a good idea, GitHub. Yes, I like to talk with GitHub from time to time. Now, soon. Alright, so let's make a small break and you guys have fun. After the break, we can do something else. I don't know, maybe solve some competitive programming problems in Haskell or maybe in OCaml. I kind of want to solve something in OCaml. Like I recently had an urge to program in a camel again. I don't know why. So like, it's sort of like a seasonal thing. Like there's a season when I just want to program in a camel for whatever reason. So yeah, let's make a small break, and you guys have fun. Yo, welcome back, chat. Welcome. How are you all doing? So, yeah, I think we're done with the pull requests and stuff, and let's just switch the topic. So I kind of want to do a Codeforces, but I don't want to do it in Haskell, I want to do it in a camel. So a camel is another declarative, not really declarative, but functional programming language. Hello, welcome back. So let's actually change our title. I'm gonna call it Codeforces, Codeforces in OCaml. So this is how we're gonna call it. Codeforces, Codehorses. In the name of God. Interesting. Codeforsen. Sojin versus Stories, who would win? In what? Alright, so Jesus Christ, okay. In ping pong. Probably tourist, because I don't play ping pong. Dancing competition in CBT. Is CBT a competitive activity? Oh wait, that's actually kind of scary. Like, I didn't know that CBT is competitive. Alright. So, what we're gonna solve? I want... Oh my god, VK Cup is actually pretty goddamn difficult. So I want something like Division 3. I already solved some of the Division 3. Do we have any other Division 3 stuff that I didn't solve? I want something super simple. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I don't want anything super complicated. Yeah, so the issue that was solved by 20,000 of people seems like a pretty good issue for my level, so let's actually start solving this thing. Yet another 2 integer. Yeah, the website is crazy. Okay, let's take a look. Code forces, contests, code forces. All right, code forcing. Make a folder for this thing, and I'm gonna create a folder for a problem, and this is what we're gonna solve here. So, and by the way, if you wanna solve along for some reason, there you go, you can find this thing here. You're given 2 integers, a and b, right? That's what you're given. 2 integers, a and b. In one move, you can choose some integer k from 1 to 10, and add it to a or subtract it from a. Add it or subtract from a. In other words, you choose an integer and perform, or, okay, that makes sense, thank you so much. You may use different values of k in different moves. Your task is to find the minimum number of moves required to obtain b from a. Okay, that explains why 20,000 of people solved that. Alright, so maybe it's too easy, but we'll see. Maybe I'm gonna regret saying that. You have to answer t independent test cases. Alright, so that makes sense. Alright. That should be pretty straightforward. So basically you need to... Yeah. I couldn't parse the problem statement. Ooh. Sounds like a good problem for your level. Thank you, Oud9. Thank you so much. You give me confidence. So the problem is that you have a, like, I can try to explain it. You have a and b, right? You need to turn b into a, or a into b. Minimum to require to obtain b from a. Okay, so you try to turn a into b, right? You try to turn a into b. So you can do that with actions on each, you know, on each move. You just choose a number from 1 to 10, and you just add or subtract it from a. So you have, for example, 5, and you have, and you need to make it 10, right? So what is the minimum amount of moves you can do to turn 5 into 10? Well, you can just add 5 because 5 is between 1 and 10, and this is the minimum amount of moves. So that's essentially what you need to do. I got very debated. Yeah, so this is like the easiest level, like this is the easiest problem that you can find in Code Forces. Sounds like a very Pepega problem. It is a very Pepega, and I think it's intentionally to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's solve it in OCaml, right? Let's solve it in OCaml. Does anybody know OCaml here? Do we have any professional OCaml developers? In phard, I would even say a pp-hard problem. Contests, code forces. There we go. .ml. Not even hello world. So first, we actually have several test cases. So basically, oh shit, this is how many we have. So we have 20,000 of test cases. So we need to write a program that will answer this question 20,000 times in a single second. Yes, that's what we need to do. And each test case consists of two numbers. And what are the... Oh, and the numbers can be actually quite big. There can be like a billion, right? So it could be billion. You have to be super careful while doing all of these operations and stuff like that. So yeah, and you also have to take into account negative numbers. This is why you can subtract, right? So, but I think making... Yeah. Bootstrapping the camel compiler on stream. Yeah, just to solve this problem. Just to solve this problem. That's what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do? How can you read a number? Well, you can read a line, if I remember correctly. You can read a line. Oh yeah. So we have a special function readLine that just reads line from the standard input. So if I call this function and I say hello, there you go. We got the line. We got the line. So I read line and I use string int of string. Yes, I use int of string that converts string to the integer. Int of string. There we go. And I got the amount of test cases. I got the amount of test cases. Now I need to solve this problem t times. What is the easiest way to actually make t iterations in OCaml? You could come up with some sort of tail recursion, but I gotta tell you, the easiest way is just to use for loop. Yes, this is a programming language. This is a functional programming language. If you had any doubts, this is literally a functional programming language. So it's just the easiest way to do that. Like, I mean, come on. Can you use t minus minus? Unfortunately, t is not mutable. That's the problem. There are while loops in OCaml, but t is not mutable. To make it mutable, I actually have to save it in a reference, but that's a completely different situation. From 1 to t, well, I don't really need the value of 1, but I needed to repeat. I needed to repeat t times, and it actually includes t as well. If I start from 0, it will perform t plus 1 times. Yeah, so Zhiyang, imagine like Haskell, but where you can have for loops at any point where you need it. Like you can write in pure functional programming language, and then you think, well, I just want to iterate, like you make this operation like n times. You can just put a for loop there and it will do that. So Racket. Maybe we should program in Racket at some point. I don't mind the Racket. I like this Lisp. I think Racket is the only Lisp that I don't really hate that much. I think it's pretty good. So maybe we're gonna program it. All right, so we're iterating through all of these things. If I try to read the line, I actually get several numbers. So the next thing I have to do, I have to split them. So I think in a string, we have a function called split on character. So what I can do here, I can just do string split on character space. Right, and after that, it probably makes sense to actually trim each individual value there. And after that, maybe we want to even convert all of them into numbers, right? So int of string. And after that, I want to pattern match them to A and B. There we go. You see, Zhiyang, look. Pure functional programming style with just for loop on top of it. No, it is not. It's actually closer to $, but the opposite. So essentially in Haskell you would write something like that. In OCaml you would write something like that. And that is way more convenient because you can basically write pipes of functions like that. And so essentially what I do here, I read the line, then I split that line by characters, making a list, then I map that list and trim each element, and then I map it and turn it into a string. So yeah, yeah, OCaml is fucking nice. There is a little bit of bullshit with tools. OCaml distribution has way too many different tools and way too many different kind of formats because it has CMO files, it has CMI files, it has CMX files, and all of them mean different things and stuff like that. The tooling is kind of weird. But at least it's not as sophisticated as in, yeah, Hodson Plus actually knows what I'm talking about. Like, I don't like that part of OCaml. So, yeah. Anyways, so we read T and we performed T iterations and we read a single test case, and now we're ready to solve it somehow. What is a camel mainly used for? For making software. I don't know. It's a general purpose programming language. You can use it for anything, but what do people use it for? Anything. For programming computers, yeah. I can even just do something, maybe something like that. Yeah. Didn't a camel have some fun concurrency stuff in it? Yeah, there is like a problem with the camel is that it's not parallel at all, right? It's only concurrent. The threads in a camel, they are not real threads, they're concurrent threads. So if you have a shit ton of threads, it's still gonna work on a single core. And this is by design, this is like runtime of a camel. And there's nothing you can do about that. And I heard the main reason is that because GC is not thread safe for working at Jane Street. That's a good answer, actually, yes. Who's Jane? It's a street. It's a street. So, yeah, so their GC is not thread safe, and that's why their entire runtime is not like really parallel. That's why it's only concurrent. But what's funny, I heard that's because of that, the GC is super fast. So this is what I heard, at least. So Camel is like notorious for the fastest GC on the West because it's single threaded and it's so simple, right? And I heard that companies like Jane Street and others actually achieved a great performance by doing parallelization on the process level. So essentially, if they want a real parallelization, they just create more processes with the camels with their own single-threaded GCs, and they make them communicate through pipes or something, and they sort of like achieve like, you know, super fucking fast performance because GCs are so simple. Isn't it Mark and Sweep GC? I don't know what kind of GC they use, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm just saying what I heard about OCaml. Anyways, so I think there are two situations when the values are equal, right? When the values are equal. By the way, how do you do if else in OCaml? I forgot. If condition. How we all did web service in zeros. Big boomer moment. Yes, exactly. I forgot how to do if in OCaml for a second. Does it have a leaf? No, it doesn't. Oh, just a second. GC. Wow, you have control over that. That's pretty poog. Memprof. Sampling. Oh, that's actually super interesting. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is super cool. Alright. So, okay. I think there is like a very cool trick. So if you need to perform like a chain of conditions, but you don't want to do that, gonna revive multi. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. So in OCaml, match has like condition guards, right? Match has condition guards. Yeah, and basically you can just use them like that. So you would match like unit with that when A equal B, and here you go. Here's your condition when. Here's your branch for this condition. Then we can have something like A is less than B, another one, and does it have else? I don't remember. I think it's just this. Yeah, it's just this. Yeah. So it's basically conned from Lisp. The old match unit trick. Yeah. Imagine doing match when you could just have conned construction, like in Lisp. Cringe. Is question mention keyword? Why is it colored? I have no idea. I have no idea why is it colored. But triple question mark is basically undefined of Scala. In Scala, if you wanna put like undefined, like in Haskell, you put triple question mark, and this I just do that as a reflex. Yeah. I think it's a key character like and such. This is because you can define your custom operators. Yes, this is because you can define your custom operators with certain rules. And it's kind of similar to Haskell in that regard. You can define custom operators. Anyways, so if these things are equal, I suppose we can just say that the result is 0. Right, so the result is 0. If A is less than B, right, if A is less than B, we have to add numbers to B until we get there, right? Until we get there. And I think essentially we need to calculate the difference between them, A minus B. A minus B, right, and yeah, so we want to maximize that. So if n is greater than 10, we can just divide it by 10, and that gives us the amount of like 10 steps you can make. But you also need to include the remainder there, right? You also need to include the remainder. So that means I'll have to do plus 9, and there you go. We got it. And that's the result. And we can just put that result into a string. It's actually string of int, and then we're gonna print and line that. We're gonna print and line that. And what's funny is that if A is greater than B, it's pretty much the same, but we have to do like the opposite thing, like this. Which means that essentially it doesn't matter. Essentially it doesn't matter, and what I can do, I can just take ABS of this. And I'm not sure if OCaml has ABS, std loop. Why is unit matching over just a single else if? Why not? Alright, ABS. Okay, so it actually works. Nice, nice, nice. And what's funny is that I think this particular code also takes into account when A is equal to B, because in that case it's going to be 0, and 9 divided by 10 is going to be 0 anyway, so you have 0 steps, so we don't even need that matching. Why do you need if condition if you don't need conditions at all? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? This is the full solution, by the way. This is the full solution. Why would a programming language have an anti-log breaking system? It's a cool question. I don't know. Let's see if it even compiles. I have no idea if it compiles. Let's see if it passes the test. We don't even know if it compiles though, so we first need to check if it compiles. Because as you know, if it compiles, this is not how we compile OCaml, by the way. You have to do OCaml c main.ml, and this is not how you do this kind of stuff. Syntax error. Shit. Okay, so this is a warning. This pattern matching is not exhaustive. Well, okay, I know that. Thank you very much. Okay, it compiles though, but it also warns that this pattern matching is not exhaustive. But if it's gonna fail, that means there is like an error in the input data, so it's not gonna be our fault. Yeah, it even gives you example. The error messages are kind of cool in OCaml. And one of the interesting things about OCaml is that if it fails somewhere, it does not try to continue compiling shit, it just crashes. It always shows you only the first error it encounters, usually the one that is relevant. Not like GCC or Clang or anything like that, which is useful. Or Rust, yeah. I love it when the compiler screams at me when I do something wrong. Nice fetish. So we don't need 20k lines for a single error in C++ template, yeah. That's a very interesting case, by the way. It's a very interesting case. Thank you so much, compiler. Very cool. But it created the executable. It created the executable, but you may think that it's a real executable. It's actually not. Let's take a look at the file. It's a OCaml run script executable, binary data. So OCaml is not only a native language. It has its own like virtual machine binary code. So bytecode, I mean. And the bytecode, like bytecode OCaml, looks like this. It's literally like a shebang script with binary shit. That's actually a very funny idea. It's a very funny idea. And what's funny is that it's not gonna work on other machine because for some reason it generated it with the absolute path. So very, very nice. But again, this is because I compiled it with OCaml C. OCaml C will produce not native like bytecode executables, but there is also OCaml OPT. OCaml OPT is the real deal. OCaml OPT is the real deal, and it produces the real alpha executables. Right. So that's here is a pinnacle of software design. I love it. Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, it doesn't even depend on that many, you know, external dependencies. So it just depends on libm, DLC, and it's actually pretty lightweight. And yeah. So if you want like a real executable, use OCaml OPT instead of OCaml C. Yeah. Anyways, so I think we need to create input.txt, where we're gonna copy paste our test case, and we'll see how it works. Is it smaller than the Rust Hello World though? I don't know. Wait a second. 1 megabyte. What's the size? Okay, well, yeah, it's 3, yeah, 2 times smaller. 2 times smaller. Actually, exactly 2 times smaller, what the fuck? Interesting. And it even contains debug information. 2 times smaller, 2 times better. Well, initially Rust was written in OCaml, so maybe it has something to do with that. Maybe not, I don't know. Just joking. Alright, so we've got the input. We're gonna redirect that input into here, and here is the result. Is this the correct result? I think so. 3292, and then this number also. Okay, so the only problems I can see here is when we may have like numbers of this size, like billion. What if we add an additional test case? Additional test case, so it can be equal. Yeah, it can be equal. 7. Oh, wait a second. Oh, they already have that. They already have the test case that includes like 10 to the power of 9. 10 to the power of 9. Okay. So let's actually submit the solution. Does OCaml do math with machine size int normally? There's some interesting thing about integers. I think 1 bit of integers is resolved for some sort of garbage collecting purposes. I don't remember. There was something like about that. So the ints are kind of short. There's big int if you need it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's actually put it here. This is not what I wanted. Ah, because I have to use my mouse wheel. And this is because I'm copying the wrong thing. Got Kudr, by the way. Alright, so here's the code. The code is actually super concise. Look at that. Look at that small, cute code. Could there be a scenario where a JIT could outperform native code? Technically, yes, because JIT can optimize runtime specific scenarios. Technically, yes, but so what? Alright, so let's try to submit that and see if it's gonna fail or not. Linux clipboards, yeah. Classic Linux clipboards. Running on test 1, compilate. Oh shit. Oh, maybe. Wait a second. OCaml, the latest OCaml is actually has to be. This is the latest OCaml. So maybe they actually turned all of the warnings into errors. That could be a thing. We need to take a look at the compilation errors though. So that would be pretty sad if they did. Option unsafe used with the preprocessor return is syntax tree. Are you fucking serious? Yes, this is because of the old ass OCaml, believe it or not. This is literally it. Can I switch to their version of OCaml? Okay, this is the real challenge now. Okay, chat. This is the real challenge. This is not the real challenge. The compiler version is the real challenge. All right, so let's try to do that. OPAM switch. What's the version? 402 402.1. No switch is currently installed. Did you mean OPAML switch create? Maybe. All right. So basically, with OPAM, you can download several different versions of the OCaml. Right. So OPAM acts like both NPM and NVM. Right. NPM is a package manager. NVM is a node version manager. So, but we'll have to wait a little bit because it compiles the compilers from scratch. I think. Yeah. So how everyone is doing. So we may take a look. Now it's gonna build the it's gonna build like everything from scratch. Camel is to dlib. Compiles from scratch, yeah. Camel Haskell code compile streams never die. Yeah. This is the curse of functional programming. Split on char it was introduced in 404. It wasn't even introduced that far away from the version that Codeforces uses. God fucking damn it. So close, so unlucky. Oh my god. Alright. So, returns a list of all possibly... Is there any other way to do that? Is there any other splits? No. Okay, as far as I know, there's a module called str. There's module string and there's module str. Str is actually related to regular expressions. So, does it have any splits? It does have split. And it doesn't actually list. Yeah, so you can actually like put a regular expression there. How did you compare strings? You mean split strings? You would use regular expressions. It has a module for regular expression and you can split it like that. I suppose. So essentially, maybe I should stop this thing, but I don't know for how long it's gonna go. So, alright, so instead of that, I want to do str string equals. Oh, that's a good question. String bounded split, okay, equals. That's a very good question. Oh, you would use compare. Yeah, you would use compare. Compare basically returns you. It's like a strcmp. Yes, it returns you integer. Bounded split. There's no such thing there. Weird champ. Yeah, I mean, OCaml doesn't really have that active in the community and stuff like that. Bounded split. So what's so special about it? Splits into most answer string. Why do I need that? I don't understand. All right. Still compiling. I will probably have to actually stop that because I'm not sure if we'll finish in a reasonable amount of time. So str rejects, and what's going to be rejects? I'm going to just put space there, and should be all right. Val split. Cool. All right. Let's try to compile this. T is boring, uwu. Well, it is what it is because we're compiling this kind of stuff. Required module str is not available. Do I have to do something about that? I'm not quite sure. Alright, so environment. OCaml find list, and yeah, apparently this is like a separate module, but as far as I know, Codeforce is like it includes main submodules, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm still waiting for Tsojing to hook up heat sink to a water boiler. Well, maybe I'm gonna do that at some point. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna actually cancel that. Switching the file up, clean up. Yes, clean everything up. Thank you so much. So we're gonna use the latest OCaml, but obviously we're gonna build it slightly differently. So OCaml, I think we have to use OCaml find. OCaml find exit is for when you use OCaml for too long. Yeah. OCaml find OCaml opt package str main.ml. Is it gonna work? No implementation for the following module. str reference. Okay. Whatever, let's actually try to submit that. I think now with the str it should work okay. So it only complains about linking stuff, so maybe whatever. Let's just try to submit that one more time. Okay, one more time. That was the real challenge. Okay. So, we finally did the chat. That was hard as fuck, but we managed to do that. I suppose they don't update the OCaml compiler because nobody uses it. I wonder how many people at all use that thing. But yeah. Does OCaml have type classes like Haskell or something similar? No, it doesn't have type classes, but you can emulate them with their module system. Maybe fastest OCaml solution, maybe. I don't think it's that fast because we're using regular expressions, but I don't know. Okay, so this one is done. Let's move on to the next one. It's gonna be B. It's gonna be B. Minimum product. Right. Minimum viable product. The fuck? Oh, that's better now. So it does not automatically redirect to HTTPS. It is capable of HTTPS, but it does not automatically redirect there. Cool. Cool. Competitive programmers, by the way. Anyway, so you're given 4 integers a, b, x, and y. I'm in chat. Yes. Okay. You're given 4 integers a, b, x, and y. Initially, a is greater than x and b is greater than y. You can do the following operations no more than n times. Choose either a or b and decrease it by 1. However, as a result of this operation, value a cannot become less than x, and value b cannot become less than y. Your task is to find the minimum possible product of a and b you can achieve by applying the given operations no more than n times. What the fuck is this problem? Why is this so fucking pepega? I mean, okay, it explains it. This is why. This is why. I brought it upon myself, so yeah. That's absolutely bebega problem. Yeah, 3-head division. I mean, come on. All right, let's just fucking implement this, I suppose. So the template is going to be similar, right? The template is going to be similar because you also have like 20,000 of test cases. But yeah, all right. But this time I need to actually learn how to link with str because I want to test it on my machine first. So I think it's quite important to do that. So, oh, by the way, you can even do it like that, like read line accepts unit, right? You can do it like that. You can put unit and then pipe unit into read line. And then pipe it into int of string, right? It's just for that extra pipe there. Okay, so yeah, here's the thing. There is no zero argument functions in a camel. There is why? Well, I mean, I just like pipes. I just like pipes. It looks good. There is no zero argument functions in a camel. If you do something like this, this is not a function. This is a variable, right? And in a camel, you can have functions that produce side effects, right? They can print, right? They can print something and so on and so forth. But if you try to do something like this, it will actually evaluate that at the beginning, and it won't, you know, it won't evaluate that at request when you call this function. So essentially what people do, there's a type called unit, right? And it has a single value, this. So this is the type, this is the value, right? To have a function with 0 arguments, you make a function with 1 argument that accepts a unit, right? And then when you refer to f, you just refer to function. When you refer to f unit, you refer to function call. And what's funny is that it even looks like a function call because like a unit is a parenthesis. So it's sort of like a syntactical pun. It's a syntactical pun. You see what I'm talking about? And because of that syntactical pun, you can basically pipe unit into readline. Does it make sense? Someone had too much drugs while designing this. Why? So where is the flaw in the logic that I just described? So what's wrong with that? What's up, Nuligor? Welcome to the stream. It seems logical to me. I don't see any problems with this logic. Yes, it is. Yeah. So you need somehow to distinguish like functions calls and functions when you have a function with 0 arguments. How do you do that? So how do you do that? Maybe you can come up with a better solution. I don't know. Anyways. So this is essentially just a consequence of that syntactical pun. Alrighty. So we can do it like that. And then again, maybe this time to switch things up, we're not gonna do a for loop. We're gonna use recursion, right? So we're gonna create a thing called loop. Maybe that thing is gonna even accept something like t, right? And it's gonna do its things there, and then we're gonna call the loop, and we're gonna apply it to t. What's funny is that since we're applying it to t, we can actually inline it like so, right? So you call readline and you pipe it into the loop, right? You pipe it into the loop, and loop will perform things if t is greater than 0. Then it's gonna do things. Otherwise, it's not gonna do anything. Yep. So something like that. So remember the record. Well, spoilers. Who's spoiling in the chat? All right. So the next thing we have to do, I'm not sure if this kind of thing will work, but. Damn spoilers. So we need to read the line yet again. It's gonna be read line, then we have to split it, right? And we have to use str module because in their compiler it just doesn't work. Are we aiming for red in Codeforces today? Yeah, for sure. That's what we're aiming for. That's what we're aiming for every day. Then again, I want to even align it like that. So after that, do I want to trim that? Maybe I want to trim that. So it's going to be list map string trim and list map int of string. Yeah, there we go. That converts it to integer. What's fun is that in Haskell you would be able to actually merge these two maps together with a functional composition operator. And as far as I know, in OCaml you do have functional composition operator. It's a double add. Yes, it's a double add, and it does exist from 4.01. So which means that it's available on Codeforces. This looks a whole lot like Elixir plus JS for some reason. Well, where do you think the creators of Elixir and JS took their inspiration from? Who do you think invented all of these things? Anyway, so Jesus, yes, that was Jesus. And we can use this thing here. So that means I can just take this thing and compose these two functions together, and I can get rid of a single map. Would you look at that? Putin, yes, Putin invented that. Cheers. Alrighty, so that should give us a sequence, right? So what exactly do we have here? We have A, B, X, Y, A, B, X, Y, A, B, X, Y, and we're gonna put it like that. So maybe I'm gonna even put it like this. Then I'm gonna have it like that, and then I'm gonna have it like that. All right. So, and what we're doing here. So I want to just check if it compiles. Print and line pop. And let's just see if this entire thing compiles. And after that, we have to repeat with t-1. And of course, we should not forget about the rec word. So this is how you would do that in a purely functional way without any for loops. So you see, it's kind of cool how in OCaml you can choose what kind of style you want to program in, right? You can choose like imperative style or functional style, and now I'm programming in a purely functional style without, you know, any for loops or anything like that. I can just do that. It's just the tail recursive style now. Well, yeah, I think so. It's just tail recursive style. Do we need else though? I'm not sure if we need else. We'll see. Yeah, it's not really tail recursion. We'll still need to think how to turn it into tail recursion. Probably through some sort of a match. Yeah, we'll probably have to do some sort of a match. Anyways, OCaml OPT. String trim. Expression string trim, but a composition expected type string. That is very strange, because string trim, if I remember correctly, string trim, it's a function from string to string, and int of string. Yeah, so I didn't understand what's the problem. Do I have to do that the other way around? Is that what you want from me? Is that what you want from me? I don't quite understand. No. So question has type. Maybe I don't understand what exactly this thing does. Let me see. Yeah, right. I think it's not a composition. I think I did a fucky-wucky. Application. Ah, it's application operator. It's not the composition. Okay, it's like a dollar in. I see. I'm an idiot. So I need a composition, and I think we don't have a composition there. Yeah, there's only this kind of thing. I remember there was like something like this. Wait. Okay. Conversion specifications. Maybe something like... Alright, so that means we'll have to split all of that into two separate maps. That might be F#, yeah, probably. So there's no choice but split it into several maps, but it is what it is. Alright, so no implementation provided. Okay, so it seems to be compiling now. So if I try to do opt here, OCaml opt, do I have an environment here? I think I should be able to have it. Yep, so we have to use a camel find, packages, str. This is not how we do that apparently, maybe. I keep forgetting how to use a camel find. A camel find is so non-intuitive. Like, I just don't understand how to use it. Like, you change the order of the arguments and it doesn't work, and it just doesn't explain you why it doesn't work. It is so bad. Oh god. Come on. Come on. Okay. A camel find. Show me a camel find. Okay, a camel opt o, link package, then package. Isn't that what I'm doing here? Like, I don't understand. O main, right? O main, single package str, and then I provide the module, and no implementation str for module m. Okay, classic. List. Here is str. Here is str. I put package str there. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. Like, I'm following the documentation. Doesn't tell me anything. Link packages. Okay, so maybe I have to link package. Who would have thought? Why didn't you just tell me that, dude, put a link package there and I will link it? Why didn't you tell me that? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. It's just like, it's not helpful. Whatever it says to me, like, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I don't know what that means. Anyways, so, cool. It seems to be compiling. Let's try to solve that, actually. I don't remember what's the problem. Choose a decrease by 1. What's... Cannot become... Okay, your task to find the minimum possible product you can achieve by applying the given operation no more than... Ah, I see. This one is interesting. Job security, by the way. Yeah, exactly. So... Okay. No more, but you can do less. You can do less. But what if you don't decrease them? If you never decrease them, they're going to be the maximum product. Or maybe I'm missing something. So essentially what you have to do, you have to multiply them? Is that what you have to do? Oh, minimum possible. Oh, okay, yeah, minimal, I'm sorry, minimum. So essentially, we have to split n somehow. N is, could be also pretty big. So what we are maximizing, a minus a prime multiplied by b minus b prime, where a prime plus b prime minus, okay, so thank you so much, is less or equal than n. So that's essentially what we're optimizing here. All right, that's essentially what we're optimizing. So if we split n in half, will we get the minimum? It would be kind of cool for a given test case to actually like build like a heat map and see where the minimum usually lies. All right. Or maybe it could be something like a gradient descent. It's a function of two arguments and you sort of like a gradually descend towards the minimum. Can we do something like that? That's actually very interesting. I like that idea. Okay. Machine learning, yeah. Let's actually take something reasonable here. Maybe something like this, right? So this is going to be a test case. So I'm going to do a comment here. So this is not going to be executed, and this is going to be our new main. What is going on? What is going on? I don't understand. I wanted to just copy paste this thing and put it here. Thank you so much. So here we have a list. This is not what I want. All right. Code forces in OCA ML. Yeah. So it stands for OCA machine learning. That was that supposed to mean. So we have A, B, X, Y, and N. A, B, X, Y, and N. Right. So essentially, so I just want to see how it's going to behave. Because I'm not quite sure. So we can iterate. Good morning, Lokim Jolnir. Welcome, welcome. So we're gonna iterate starting from 0 to n. And this is our first thing. And by the way, to make things, you know, make a little bit more sense or a little bit more coherent, I'm gonna do the following thing. So this is gonna be I, this is gonna be J, and I plus J has to be less or equal than N. So that's essentially what we're trying to achieve here. And so here's I. So we're doing for J, starting from 0 to N minus I, right? Yep. So, and that's basically what we're iterating here. And now I can do something like this. That's really strange. Like, is everything okay there? Hello, Jail and Raid. Welcome to the stream. So, good morning, by the way. Good morning. Now, I need to calculate the following value. A minus I multiplied by B minus J. Right. So this is the value, and I want to print it. So it's going to be printf. dm. There we go. And after that, I'm going to printf new line. So I want to actually like see the matrix of this like sort of thing, and I want to see how it behaves. Right, I want to see how it behaves. Okay, let's try to compile all of that. It does not properly compile because I'm Bebega. And why do I keep adding this operator here? I think Pascal damaged my brain a long time ago. Hello, Oscar Olan, welcome to the stream. So, by the way, I think I forgot to mention that the problem that we're solving is this one. It should be relatively simple, but since I'm dumb, it's not as simple for me as for everyone else, maybe. Okay, so here's the main. So this is how it goes. The minimum value is usually like on this, because we're like iterating like a half of a triangle. We're iterating half of a triangle. Is it going to be always like that? Is it going to be always like the smallest one? We can actually check it out on different things. Oh, we don't take into account whether this thing could be less than x. So yeah, so there should be like a couple of conditions here. So let's do a prime. Right, this is going to be a minus I, then b prime, b minus j, and there's a couple of conditions here. We're going to do that only if a prime is greater or equal than x and b prime greater than or equal than y. So the condition sort of holds. And after that, we just do multiplication of fi prime and b prime, and maybe we can just simply pipe that into the printf, like this. There we go. So this one is very interesting. This one is very interesting. So I want to take this OCaml thingy and put it into the make file, because I definitely will forget how to properly do that anyway. So main main.ml, there we go, and then I'm gonna make it. What the hell happened? I forgot L. Alright, so I'm gonna do M. And what's funny is that, okay, so that one went over. Alright, so, but without that condition, okay. Speaking of ergonomics of the language, I can just easily remove this if like that, like in Python. So I can just check with and without these conditions. Super convenient. So let's take a look at other test cases. So how their values behave in that regard. So here's another one. Let in. Let's see what's gonna happen. So the minimum value is usually somewhere there. Look at that. The minimum value is usually somewhere there. We can take a look at something more substantial, but I think this one is going to produce like a huge value. Yeah, this one is going to be super huge. Super huge. And it's going to be like that. Yeah. It's kind of strange. Like, why is it like that? It's actually up to 3. Huh. So maybe if I disable condition for that one, if I disable condition for that one. So okay, this is understandable, and it can go like very like negative. So if I redirect it to output.txt, it's gonna take some time to even work it out. I don't know why, because it's square, and maybe also because it's a printf. Maybe I should have not done that with the printf style. Yeah, printf is too slow. Let's do it differently. So string of int first of all, and then we can do print end line, and then we can do print character, just space, and then we can probably print character new line. There we go. So, and then we can just redirect that. I'm not sure how fast it's going to be or whether it's going to be faster, but maybe. Alright, I think it's kind of pointless, because even if I render it out, I probably won't find anything useful anyway. Probably won't find anything useful anyway. So, the thing here is that... the minimums usually lie like around here, or usually they lie on this diagonal. God damn, this is actually pretty cool. Maybe we should just iterate the diagonal. Maybe that's what we need to do. Yeah, just iterate the diagonal. How fast is it gonna be if we just iterate the diagonal? Yeah, because the diagonal is essentially where all of these things lie. So, yeah, I think we can try to solve it like that, just iterating the diagonal. And how can you iterate the diagonal? So we start with 0, and to get that far away number, j has to be -1. J has to be -1, so we can replace let j equal n-1. So, and that's how we get that. That's how we get that. Diagonal magic, yeah. Alright, so this is j, I and j, print end line. So now we are iterating the diagonal. We're iterating the diagonal. Okay, so in that diagonal, we usually have like a growing numbers. So if I check the other, well, it usually depends. So this is like the numbers on the diagonal. This is the numbers on the diagonal here. So, and again, we can not print things that don't fit that condition. Yeah. All right. So is it going to be even fast enough? That's a good question. Is it going to be even fast enough if we have something like this? Oh shit. Things, yeah, things on the diagonal don't even work there. Oh my god. Things on the diagonal don't even work there because it's actually, yeah, it cuts them off. That's a very interesting one. Like, mostly diagonal music. Okay. I think it has to be something like that. Yeah. If A is greater or equal than then we do this thing, right? Then we do this thing. But will you actually properly... And if this thing is greater, like this, still doesn't work. Okay, so I want to make a small break because I'm obviously stuck. So 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, 3 minutes is gonna be okay. Probably don't notice something very obvious, but yeah. All right, let's make a small break and you guys have fun. Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Yeah, Division 3, by the way. Nice. That's why I'm unemployed, by the way. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. While I was peeing, I was thinking maybe I can go back to this thing. What if we actually expand on it a little bit, right? What if I actually expand on it a little bit? So it's going to be a multiplied by b minus aj. So maybe I can even type it like that. Then minus ab, then actually plus aij. So we kind of have this situation on our hands. So we're also minimizing this value as well. So is it helping us somehow? Maybe. So this is A, B. All right, A, G, A, B. Will we be able to move some things around? Probably not. Hard for casual. Is the urgency supposed to be easy or hard? It's supposed to be the easiest thing, actually. It's supposed to be the easiest thing. Fury. So we don't have any sum here. Is it helping us somehow? Probably not. So here's the thing, you can just actually like brute force it and it should be, you know, pretty easy to implement. You can literally just brute force with these kind of parameters, but it's going to be obviously very slow because the numbers are so high, right? The numbers can be very huge. So what you need to do, you probably want to do that super quick, considering that you have so many test cases as well. So there should be some sort of maybe formula that will let you just instantly find it. By the way, am I doing them correctly? Yeah, on top of that, you also have like a X situation. So I forgot that A minus B has to be greater or equal than X. Yeah, so you have to maintain these kind of conditions. You have to maintain these kind of conditions. And I feel like maybe I don't know something here. Right. So that's essentially what we're optimizing here. Feels like a linear programming or something. Feels like a linear programming. Right. Because that's essentially the sort of limitations we have. We have two parameters, right? Why instead by choosing... You're not helping me. You do realize that. You're just only distracting me from my own thoughts. Please stop. Please. I do understand that you probably read on Codeforces and you're extremely smart and you work at Google, but just let me solve it myself, okay? Alright. I think we decrease the number, we should decrease it all the way and change the number. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. You can achieve. Maybe I don't understand the description really well. Let me see. Bxy, you can do the following operation no more than n times. Choose A and B and decrease it by 1. However, as a result of the operation, value A cannot become. Alright, you can just to find the minimum possible product. Apply and give an operation no more than n times. Okay, I understood that correctly. So I suppose I do understand it correctly. Just import a simplex solver. Alright. Maybe we can do something like... Maybe we can start with like minus A minus N. A minus N, so that it's actually greater than X. So so it feels like, for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like the solution would be just to go around the edge of this thing. Going around the edge of this thing. But maybe you don't need to go through the whole edge of this thing, because maybe the minimal solution is located on these like sides or left and right, or maybe somewhere in the middle. So what I suppose we need to do here is maybe just find one of the like edges here. So that's probably what we need to do, one of the edges. I do realize that probably people don't understand what I'm talking about, but I have just visualization in my head. Graph theory, I don't have any graphs. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. There's no graphs in here as far as I can tell. Maybe I didn't see it. All right. All right, I'm extremely dumb. I give up. Apparently, I'm that dumb. I'm going to take a look at the tutorial. All right, minimal product tutorial. It's sad that I'm that dumb, but I mean, I haven't done that for a while. I wish it also loaded up a little bit faster, but the only fact required to solve this problem, if we start decreasing the number, we are better to end decreasing it and only then decrease the other number. Why require? Okay, if we start decreasing the number, we're better to end decreasing it and only then decrease the other number. So we can just consider two cases when we decrease A first and B after that, and vice versa, and just take the minimum product of those two results. The result is implementation. The rest is implementation. It's not obvious for me why it would be the case. It's not obvious for me. Like why it would be the case. The only fact required to solve this problem, if we start decreasing the number, we're better to end decreasing it. What do they mean end decreasing it? Is that a continuous process? Is decreasing a number a continuous process that can be what? So we can just consider two cases when we decrease A first and B after that and vice versa, and just take this is such a all right, so what's the solution then? All right, all right, I'm dumb. No, we're better to end decreasing it. This is such a strange wording. Continue decreasing until it's completely decreased. The description very poorly written. Oh my god. Then decrease the other. So we can just consider two cases. And I'm not really interested like how to do that. I'm rather interested why would be the case. Why would that lead us to the minimum solution? This is not a really good explanation. Like why doing that results in a minimum product? Does it actually? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's true. All right. So let's imagine that we keep decreasing it. So that means I for yeah. So I think I started to understand. So this is going to be like decreasing, but this is going to be 0. What that means, like if it's a column, that means we're moving towards the I see now. So essentially, if you imagine A and J like parameters of a you know, of a nested loop, right? So this thing looks like this, right? This thing looks like this, right? So this is like this is J, and down there we have I, right? And down there we have I, right? Make sense? Makes sense. So this condition, first of all, this condition adds this limitation. This condition adds this limitation. At least this is what I found myself, right? I'm not a red on Codeforces, I'm not a Google employer, but this is what I managed to figure out. At least this is how my brain works. So, and these two conditions make this thing like very uneven, right? So it makes it like this, maybe not even like this, but like this. So So essentially, it makes it like that, right? So one axis is I and another axis is j. And essentially, the solution is lying somewhere here. It's lying somewhere here. And I don't know the property of this curve, right? I don't know the property of this curve. But what's essentially they're saying, if I have to decrease a until the end, that means I'm moving down until I hit this thing. And what's funny, until I hit this thing, maybe starting from there, I should be able to just move like along the diagonal. I guess that's the solution. The solution is actually move down and then start moving like along this diagonal. But for some reason, my brain couldn't figure out how to exactly do that. So that's probably, does it make sense? Does it make any sense? So maybe that's what they mean, but this is so poorly written, my god. But again, it's written by whom? By Orange One, so I'm not supposed to complain, because I am the dumb one here. Okay, so... right. So let's go back here somewhere. For some reason, like, how can I decrease a up until x? I suppose it's going to be x minus a. Yeah. So you do x minus a, and you get essentially the value that you have to subtract from b or something. Well, yeah, I minus x. Thank you. So, well, yeah, we don't need loop here anymore, that's for sure. A minus b, so we're gonna put it like that. I'm gonna remove everything here. So after that, we subtract b minus I. When we decrease a first and b after that and vice versa, and just take the mean products of these two results. Ah, I see. So basically we have two edges there. I see. B minus I, but this thing could actually be again greater than less than y, right? This is how yeah, there's a lot of special cases here. I don't like this problem. There's a lot of special cases. My brain stops working. Goddamn. I don't want to solve it. It's so boring already. Cool. All right. I give up. Don't want to solve it anymore. All right. Did we hit? We hit 3 hours mark. All right. So maybe competitive programming is definitely not for me. All right. So that's it for today, boys and girls. That's it for the day. Thanks to everyone who's still watching me. I really appreciate that. Have a good one, and I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do a Rust development. Yeah, next is the rest. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.